All right, guys, welcome back to the FullofBS podcast with myself and Noah.
What's going on, guys?
We're two guys who act like we know everything, but actually know jack shit.
But actually, we know everything.
Exactly. All right, Noah, go right ahead. Give me something.
Well, first we got to roll the intro, so let's do that.
We are very opinionated people.
You mean we're assholes?
Okay, so before we start here, I know that your birthday was like a few weeks ago, and I said that I got you a gift, right? So I have it here.
Ooh.
This is why I said I was walking, by the way.
What do you mean you were walking?
So it doesn't look sketch that I brought my gym bag here.
Oh, I don't care.
So I can hide your gift, but why don't you just open that up
All right.
and see what's in store for you?
Jeez, bro. Let's see. What do we got here, bro? Got some clothes. What we got? Some shirts. Oh, shit.
Yeah, I'll hold it up. I'll hold it up.
Hold the mic. Okay, give me the mic. Yo, we got merch, baby. Let's go. What else do we got?
Yeah, so you got the black one, you got the white one.
Yo, let's go. Full of BS.
I think
baby.
maybe like bring it close so they can see
Yeah.
the
Let me
design.
bring it up.
But yeah, I think we got to wear it for this podcast here.
Wait, where is it? There we go. Yo, that's some
Nice.
heat, bro. Yo,
All right, so we'll be back in 2 seconds. I'm just gonna snap my fingers and then we'll be wearing it. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Jeez, bro. Look at this shit, dude. Oh, yeah, we got some merch,
we're
baby.
back here, and now we're bigger and better than ever with our merch. Also, by the way, for everybody watching, we're doing a giveaway as well. We have another one of these shirts. So just maybe hit the follow button, like and comment, and then we'll pick a winner and ship it out to you.
How about this? Whoever says the final word of the thing that's how they enter in.
Okay, I see.
You know what I
see.
mean?
Yeah.
And then next week we will decide a winner.
Yeah. So whatever, do your thing. It doesn't really matter. Just like like, comment, whatever. And we'll pick a winner. Yeah.
Bro, this is actually some heat, bro, and it feels comfy as fuck.
Yeah. And the good thing about these shirts also is like there are work shirts, so I know the quality of them. I've had my work shirt for like a long time. It hasn't shrank. Like it stays like this through the wash, through the dryer, through everything.
Nah, this is fucking heat, dude.
So yeah, I was gonna.
Thank you.
No problem. I was gonna go like make a nice design and everything, but like the color, it's like one color is $50.
Nah, bro.
So I was like, okay,
I don't even care, bro. This is fire, bro. Especially with the red and blue on the top.
Yes, sir.
I
Yes,
like that
sir.
a lot.
So yeah, that's your gift right there. I hope you enjoy. And now we can get on with
The
the
Full of
podcast.
BS podcast, where we act like we know everything, but actually only have shirts.
Yeah.
That was terrible. I don't
We'll
give a
wear
fuck.
it out in public, represent, do our thing.
Nah, this is fucking heat, dude. Feels good.
Yeah, so I guess we'll kind of just roll right into it now with the scheduled programming, right?
Yeah, I like that.
So I had this conversation with my roommates back in the day,
Yeah?
and now it's like more prevalent than ever. I kind of wish I said it on the last podcast, but I didn't.
Okay.
So in like social situations and stuff like that, I just kind of like get in the vibe. I think personally that if you didn't play sports growing up, you're not there 100%.
You mean physically?
No, not physically. Like just in a social setting. Like
Oh, okay. Yeah.
for example, in sports, you're always in a team setting, right? When you lose, let's say, you have to like take it and move on, right? Like you have when be emotionally stable when you're because you can't show. Let's say when you're playing a game, you can't show emotion to the other team, right?
Yeah.
In a bad sense, like you can't get like super mad. You have to be like calm, level-headed.
Yeah.
Right? You have to trust your teammates, right? I think when you play sports, especially as a kid, you learn that concept way better, like trust and keeping your emotions in check and all that stuff, way better than if someone who'd never played sports. And I mean like competitive sports.
Yeah. Not like whatever. I know what you mean. But actually, I was talking to a buddy of this the other day. He's a few years younger than us, right? But we play video games, and I talked to him a lot about like how weird his generation is when it comes to social settings, and he doesn't really understand why. But I think I have the reason. Well, I think there's like goods and bads to this, but the fact of the matter is our world is so like electronicized. It's not even a word, but it's so like it's so deep into like their phones and computers and all that stuff that like when we grew up, if we wanted to go have fun, we went to the neighborhood park or whatever and played basketball and met people, and we got
That's another thing.
we got good at like just not even social settings, but like understanding other people, etc.
Yeah.
Like, and what I really learned, especially through COVID, was when I was on my computer 24/7, I was like almost afraid to go out and meet people.
Yeah, it was like an awkward thing.
Yeah.
Right? Like you were kind of like uncomfortable meeting in large groups. Part of it is because it was like there's a sickness going around, you know?
Yeah.
I know what you mean. Yeah, I just thought it was interesting. Like also another thing is like sore losing and sore winning kind of thing. Like when you win, like for me personally, because I played hockey my whole life, in the beginning when you're young, right? If you like never win something as a team and you worked hard to get it, and right, when you win when you're young, you're like fucking celebrating.
You're gassed up, yeah.
You're gassed up. You're chirping the other team, right? Yeah, you're a sore winner in the beginning, right?
Yeah.
But then as I grew older, right, you also like experience the other side, right? So you understand where they're coming from. I think it's just like it to not ever have that in your life is like I feel like it's such a bad thing. Like for me, I'm gonna put my kids in sports without question, just to learn that lesson.
I planned this already, where I want my kid to do at least 3 different sports. I want him to play basketball. I want him to learn how to swim. I mean, like it's a sport, right? And then if he wants to do something else, do something else, right? The reason why swimming is a life skill. Not to mention, in my opinion, it's the best way to gain an early physique.
It's not so much the physique; it's like so you don't drown in the water.
No, I'm saying that's number one. But I'm saying like if they grow older and they want to be physically active, whatever, then their best physique that I've ever seen comes from swimmers.
Right.
Basketball is just because I play basketball and like if they like it, then it's something to bond over or whatever. Not to mention it's a team sport.
Mm-hmm.
And then number 3 would be whatever. Like if they want to try something else, go right ahead. Assuming I have the money for all that.
Right. Yeah, I back it. Swimming is like a for sure without a doubt. Like I swam, right? And you know what's interesting is like even if you swim for like 1 or 2 years as a kid, you get the fundamentals, like obviously not like pro fundamentals, but you like when I look at a lifeguard, I think they don't know how to swim at all. Like I think they're so bad at swimming.
Okay.
Like that's how good like competitive swimming is. Not like some fucking swim lessons or like shit like that. I mean, it's good in the beginning, but swimming competitively, it's the way to go.
I don't know. I would never be like aggressive with it, like be a competitive swimmer or whatever. But I would definitely like want them to like, if for any reason, right? Like even if their friends just want to go to the beach, that I know he's safe. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you don't have to worry.
Yeah, stuff like that. But what's it called? I don't know. I think it's always like good life lessons that come out of that. Like me, when I grew up, I started off with basketball. I did a little bit of soccer growing up. I even did like breakdancing, like when I was a kid and stuff like that. And it was just good ways to meet new people and gain social skills. Because when I came home, and let's say I played video games or whatever, when I still went to school, I was still I still knew how to talk to people, right? There was one issue when I grew up where I didn't really understand like cues very well, but that was just me because I actually had some learning disabilities when I grew up. But like, I knew how to talk to people. I was overly friendly. I was considered popular for the first few years of elementary school before I began to realize that everything was more about like understanding cues and like the way you acted, and I didn't give a shit about that stuff. Mm-hmm. But when I was like first, I was friends with people that were older than me, younger than me, the same age. Like the teachers liked me. Like I was one of those kids. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And then high school, I became a fucking nerd.
Yeah, but I mean, either way, the point stands. Like, I think the reason why I kind of like I get social cues very well. It's because I played baseball, soccer, hockey, swimming, karate. I fucking did karate.
Oh god, I know UFC though. So who's the real champion?
Yeah, I just did like a bunch of stuff. I was also like after, like to touch on your point, after school I would do like, some after school thing, right? Like just being in a social setting. The more you're in it, the more like you understand other people.
Yeah, like it helps in short term because you get like you become a lot closer with people, especially in your school. Like what I realized was that I lost a lot of my friends because when I moved houses, I stayed at the same school, but I couldn't be like when school ended, I had to go straight home, right? 'Cause I live further away. They all live down the street, so they could hang out at the park and whatever, and they got a lot closer, or whatever. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing that I moved. I love that I moved, but like even when we lived in the same street, like on a random Tuesday afternoon, we would go out and like play sports with people on the street.
Mm-hmm.
Like our street got really close. Like the kids our age, right? It was great things like that.
Yeah,
where like
I think it's the same, right? But in our street, let's say, we didn't go to the same school as them.
no,
Right?
we all went to different schools in a
Right.
sense.
But if I think more often than not, the people on your street or the kids on your street are the same people that go to your school.
Yeah. But like that's what takes me to the point of like I love playing video games. I love like stuff with computer.
Mm-hmm.
But I think kids nowadays they're so used to it to the point where like some of them, not all of them, are legitimately like gaining social anxieties and actual like school issues just because when they get home they can go 6, 7, 8 hours just playing like League of Legends or Apex Legends or like any of those games. Like especially when I was in high school, I went from like not an amazing student but like a high 80 student in elementary school to playing League of Legends for 5, 6, 7 hours a day, and then my grades plummeted, right? And like stuff that I was really good at, like I was really good at French. In grade 9, I almost failed that class because I couldn't stay focused because I was like, okay, the new patch for League of Legends is coming out,
Yeah.
or the new Call of Duty game's coming
Or
out.
2K.
Nah, fuck. I mean, yeah,
In
at
high
that point,
school.
yeah, 2K.
Yeah, 2K.
But yeah, like, and I'm not saying don't play these games or don't like if you're really good at it, go competitive. Like I don't care about that, but there are certain issues that come with that to the point where like these kids are like 13, 14, 15 years old, and they're smarter than what we were growing up because they had access to all this to all this news that we never did. But they're still so fucking dumb in the sense of they can't talk to the person to the left.
Because at the end of the day, they're they're literally just sitting in their house by themselves playing a game.
Yeah.
Right.
Like the
Can't be good for you.
Yeah, like this kid that I play with, he's like 18 years old or whatever, and I'm like 22, 23, right? And like he tells me the stuff that happens at school. He lives in New York, right? Like I met him playing a video game. We just play every now and then, right? Like he lives in New York, the most Jewish area in literally I think in the world, including Israel or some shit like that.
Okay.
Based off like the population, and like the amount of kids who are like bullied for being Jewish, but they can't stand up for themselves because they're too afraid to. Like when they go home, they bitch about it online, and that's it.
I don't get it, bro. I just, part of it is like that's how they grew up, right? Like everything is online. It's so fucked up, like how the kids now are just like literally glued to the screen.
Yeah.
Like I know, like we are also glued to the screen to a certain extent, but bro, they cannot. Like if you tell them get off, they get mad.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck is that, bro?
Like we've all seen the videos of the fat kid or whatever who wants to get a new iPhone, so he breaks his old one, hoping his parents will buy him a new one.
Yeah, it's like I don't get it at all. Like at the dinner table, or like with family over, with anything, bro. They're just sitting on their phone or their iPad or whatever the case may be.
When I swear to God, when I have kids, right, and we're doing Friday night dinner, if I see a damn fucking screen, I'm launching that shit across the room. I'm sorry, you are not at all to fucking have like when it's family time, your phone better be fucking away. The only reason you should ever have a phone, you get a phone call about something that's important, right?
Right.
Not like, oh, come play a video game with us. Dad, can I leave early? Go play. No. You're fucking sitting with your family.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think my family though, like, we're pretty good about it. Like, if someone needs to like check their phone, they'll check it here and there. Nobody really cares. But it's only like once or twice, maybe a night, right?
Yeah.
So, but I know some families that like will make it. You have to drop your phone off at the door.
No.
And I'm
that's too far.
Yeah, but that's like how addicted these kids are. That it's like they make them or they have to drop their phone off.
No.
Like it's insane, bro.
Like it's a weird thing, especially in my family, because like my dad, like we'll go out to eat, and like he'll see something on his phone and just keep going, and we're like, dude, get off your fucking phone,
Mm-hmm.
right? or it'll happen. Not even with me. Like me, like whatever. I'll check some sports. Like if it's late at night, I'll just check some sports scores and I'm gone and I put it away. Like that's fine. I don't. Why should I care? But like these kids are so like. Well, it's also adults too. Don't forget, they're so glued, and it's like you're really like losing like a part of life that that everyone else had. Like,
yeah, like the going outside and playing with your friends and stuff like that. This is like what some of the best moments that you can get in your life. Just like, you know, as a kid, fucking around on the street.
Yeah,
whatever.
Like what I don't get, especially like in our area, right? Because we live in Canada, where it's extremely hot in the summer, extremely cold in the winter, right? People tell me that they love winter way more, and the first thing that comes to my mind is, okay, they love snowboarding or skiing. No, they love video games so they can stay inside the house. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Like, go outside, fucking have a snowball fight with somebody, get your like freeze your fucking ass off.
Yeah.
Take a bath and then go play video games.
Yeah.
With the same people that you fucking were having the snowball fight with, or whatever you did. You know what I mean?
I don't get it. I literally don't get it.
Like, I don't know. It might just be us. Maybe we're just getting fucking old in that sense. But like, I still remember a time when it was like, there was the family computer and the home phone. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And like
the home phone.
Yeah. and like only your mom and dad had a cell phone because they used it for work. Now kids are getting iPhones at the age of 3. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
And then it just like carries over. This is another thing I saw, bro. So, I was FaceTiming the girl that I'm kind of seeing. So, whatever. We're on a FaceTime call, right? Her sister comes in. She's like explaining this story that this guy at her work asked her out, right?
Okay.
So they're texting. They're texting each other, and she came in to talk to the girl I'm seeing, like her sister,
yes.
to ask for like advice on what to text.
Okay.
Okay. So the text message that the guy sent to her sister, I think they were setting up a time. I think I can beat you on Wednesday at mini golf or something like that. Whatever, just some stupid shit.
That's fine.
Right? So she comes in. She's like, she asked this girl, what should I respond, right? Bro, I didn't know how far, like, when people say girls, like, think about texts, bro, I didn't realize how fucking far that went. Bro, they're going to the character. Space, exclamation point, comma. No, wait, then they're like, no comma, no this. You can't double text. You can't, like, you know, all this stuff, like, so minuscule. I was like,
just say yes or no.
yeah, you already asked you. You're like, you're in. You're in.
Yeah. And this is
insane, bro.
And by the way, for the viewers, this is the girl that this is the girl that I what's it called? That I made a like a joke about, like, go fuck yourself or whatever.
Yeah.
By the way, I apologize for that. If you're watching, I'm sorry. But I don't understand why it's so like texting should be just what it is. You can't call, so you just text or something, right? Or you're not comfortable yet, which is fine, so you just text. Just say yes or no, or give an explanation why yes or why no, whatever. But like me, I'll never ever care about like how long it takes between texts or the double text or whatever. I'm not gonna fucking do like 10 in a row without her responding, because that's just creepy. Right. But like he asked you to mini golf. It's a yes or no answer. Right.
Exactly.
Right. Like, how old is the sister?
I think she's like 2 years younger than us, 3 years.
Oh, so she's like 20
or something.
Okay. So yeah. So she like.
It's insane though.
So if
I was looking at it. I was shocked.
Yeah. So most likely she's been in the game for a bit, right?
What does that mean?
Well, no, like they started doing the whole texting thing in high school.
People?
Jesus Christ, man! No. I mean, like ever since in high school is when you started that whole like, oh, you can't.
Yeah, you gotta wait. You gotta.
Yeah,
do
that
this.
stuff. It's like guys don't really give a shit about that stuff.
Nah, they don't.
At least from what I've seen, right? Just be like, hey, I'm down at meetup, or I can't meet up this day, so let's meet up this day, or just no.
That's what I said.
You know what I mean?
And then I was there, right? So they were like thinking about, oh, what should I say? Double space, double this, double that, right? I was like, I'm a guy, right? Like I understand, like what I would, get the guy's opinion, right? So I said, he already asked you out, like you're already in, like you know, like you could say whatever the fuck you want to say at this point, as long as it's like, yeah, I'm down. You could literally just say I'm down, right? They're like, no, overthinking, underthinking. This was so 3 hours after he texted her that. I was
3 hours.
Like, yeah, I was
At that point, you're just
insane,
making them.
bro. Literally insane.
Here's the thing that pisses me off. When I ask a girl out over text and she doesn't respond in a while, I'm just like, it's not just her thinking about it. I'm thinking like, yo, why is she taking so long to respond to my yes or no, to my literally yes or no answer?
Yeah, it's not a good thing.
Like when you, like, especially as a dude, when you ask a girl out, right? It takes courage, right? No matter what, right? So just to wait that long, it's like, it just adds like unnecessary anxiety to some people, right? Especially when it's like your first few times asking someone out. Like I remember, this was, what was it? It was the end of my 4th year, right? Out of 5, right? And I asked this girl out. Like the day that we got our marks back, I asked her out, right? Because I've been wanting to ask her out the whole semester, but we were in the same group. So if she said no, I didn't want to make it awkward, right?
Right.
So I asked her out, and immediately, like within like 5 minutes, it was like, thank you, but I'm not interested,
Okay.
right? Or I'm seeing somebody or whatever. I'm like, okay. She said no, whatever. It's up to, like, it's cool. But she did it so quickly that like I'm not just like waiting and waiting and wait. And I was like thankful for that. You know what I mean?
Just rip the Band-Aid off.
It's respectful. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And it wasn't like she was being harsh or anything. It was like, sorry, I'm seeing somebody already. I'm like, okay, fine.
Now,
Go ahead.
Speaking of seeing people right here.
Oh God.
Bro, I don't know if your parents do this. My parents do it all the time. Also, like my grandma, my grandma's friends, they're always trying to set me up with people, which isn't like a terrible thing. But like, I don't know if there's like a disconnect or they don't see it. They'll like tell me about this girl, right, or something. I'd be like, oh, how old is she? That's always my first question.
Oh yeah.
Oh, she's like in grade 12. I was like, what the hell? Like, like, what are you, insane?
Oh yeah, of course.
I don't get it, bro. And then other times it was like, oh, you know?
No, here's because that is a difference in generation, right? Like my parents, they met each other from a blind date, right? Like
It's interesting.
no, like my dad lived in Israel, right? My mom lived in Canada. My mom was visiting her sister who lives in Israel, and her sister's boyfriend or husband at the time was working with my dad. So it was like, oh yeah, you guys should meet up, and then boom, shit kicked off. So like they're used to that. Blind dates were a lot more prevalent back then. Us,
Actually, I think my parents. I don't think it was a blind date, but I don't know. Anyways,
it was like the same idea, probably.
Yeah, probably.
Right, but like we're fortunate enough to have Instagram or have like a way to be able to see somebody before we talk to them, right?
that's insane.
Oh yeah,
Think about that.
It's a little creepy when you think about it.
Yeah, like you can basically get a ton of information before you meet somebody.
Not even that. Like someone's like, "Oh, come talk to my daughter," and you're just going to her Instagram and you see the last pictures of the last 2 years just to like see if she's like.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, 100%. Which is why I also say be careful with what you post on Instagram, right? But yeah, so like my mom's friend will come over, and I think it's also a Jewish thing, right? Like, or not Jewish or Russian thing, or like different religions and cultures have different ways of doing it. But like my mom's friends will come over, right? They'll be having some wine and hanging out. All of a sudden, her friend's telling me to meet her daughter, and I know who her daughter is already.
Okay.
Like I went to the same school as her. She was like a year younger, and then I'm just like in a weird position where it's like, oh, I'm not trying to see anybody right now, or some shit like that.
Or if you're just like not down.
Like it's not even that. Like it's like shit like that where it's like, it's not that I'm like if I meet them in person, 100% I could ask them out. But it feels so forced and weird to be like, hey, your mom told me to talk to you, so how's it going? You know what I mean? Isn't that weird? Right? And like,
It's so weird.
like my only grandparents who are alive are in Israel, so they don't do the same thing, right? But like, I'll go to Israel and my cousins will do the same thing, because they're the same with us in technology, but they still live sort of like a little bit in the past, where it's like they're a lot more social about it.
Right.
And I'm like, I'm here for a week. What do you want me to do? You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's insane, bro.
It's like shit like that. It's like, if I meet them, shit can happen. I don't fucking know, right? There's always that case where like, maybe I go out with with a group of friends and a girl I like is there or whatever, like ends up being there, and then we talk and good shit, whatever. That came off weird. But like when you tell someone, yo, come meet my daughter or come meet my girlfriend or some shit, I'm like, I don't know what you want from me right now.
Yeah, there is like, what, you want me to text her like, hey, I got your number from your grandma.
Yeah, literally from your grandma. And like it's not a creepy
It's
thing.
so weird, bro.
Like it's a nice thing that they're trying to do, but it doesn't make sense in today's world.
I agree with that. I think it's an older, right? Because how else would you meet people like that?
Think
right?
of how fucked up how different our generations are when you think about it. Like we just talked about how the young generation is antisocial, and how the one above us is too social that it creeps us out.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, honestly, in 50 years, bro, no one's gonna say a word to each other. Everyone's gonna be fucking muted.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you see, like Elon Musk is trying to do it like you can communicate without talking.
Oh, the brain implants?
Yeah, or some shit like that. The future is like you can just know what I'm thinking.
Dude, Elon is actually the greatest human being of all time.
Yeah, it's an alien.
I don't care what anyone says. This guy, like, remember like a week ago we were like, if you want to start a business, just fucking do it.
Mm-hmm.
This guy literally says he wants to make a flamethrower. Within 2 weeks, he made a flamethrower.
Yeah, bro. He's also like crazy smart. Right?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, yeah. I'm just saying, like, he like,
yeah.
even if he wasn't, he can just hire someone to do that, and he'd be like, "Yo, fucking make this right
yeah,
now."
it's insane, and he runs like 5 companies, bro.
Well, he,
I don't get that.
Yeah, he's a fucking animal. Not to mention they're all billion-dollar companies too.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like, we need more people like that, where it's like,
no shit, bro.
no, not to that degree. I mean, like, especially like kids, like you want to learn a new skill, do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Or like, you want to ask this girl out, just do it.
Yeah.
Literally Nike, just fucking do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I think that our generations are
They're
really
getting
different.
worse and worse, bro.
Yeah, 100%. But they're getting smarter and also stupid at the same time. How does that make any fucking sense?
Because they're just on the computer all day, right? So they have. But the thing is, it's like, it's gonna hit a point where there's like a breaking point, right? Like, I think it's already, you're kind of seeing it where it's like these kids don't know how to interact with people.
Okay.
But let's say they're smarter because they have more access to information, let's say. But there's a big thing on misinformation as well, where you get like the wrong news or you read an article that isn't accurate. For example, oh, this is going to be a fucking hot take here. So as you may know, the U.S. banned abortion.
Oh, we're getting hate just for the fact that he did that.
The thing is, they didn't ban it. The U.S. they didn't ban it, bro. What they did was they said it's up to the state, right? So certain states banned it, and I think right now it's 8 states have abortion is illegal.
Okay.
Right? And people will say, "Oh, there's the trigger bans and future bans and this and that, bro." Right now, there's 8 states that you can't get an abortion. I'm sorry, if you have a baby and you want to get an abortion and you live in those 8 states, drive 3 hours up the road and get an abortion. Like I don't understand. Like, everybody is like, this is insane. The USA banned abortion. Yeah, it's kind of true, but not really. Anyways.
I mean,
So that's what I mean by misinformation.
well, the issue with misinformation, especially, is the fact that people will just read the headline and that's it,
Yeah.
right? They won't actually read like the details. And like when it comes to abortion, everyone has their own opinions about it. There's the pro-life and the pro-choice or whatever. Like to me, it's circumstantial, right? Like if you okay, this is gonna fucking come off weird, but to me, it's very circumstantial on if you should be allowed to get an abortion or not. But the thing is, you can't prove your circumstance. So I would just say, pro-choice, right? But what I mean is this, right? I forgot who said it, but it was like 0.3% of all abortions are from rape, right?
Okay.
And like, I'm sorry, if you get sexually assaulted or raped or whatever, you should be allowed to get an abortion.
Yes,
right?
I agree with that.
100%. Like you're gonna grow up with that kid, and that kid is gonna remind you of the fucking person that sexually abused you, or you like stuff like that, right? Now, if you're just too stupid to buy a condom, I'm sorry, you should have the kid. In my this is my opinion, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is, you can't prove the differences.
The thing is, like, if you don't use a condom and you get pregnant, then there's like certain states, I think, where it's like, you have up to 6 months to decide. After like, I think it's like the 3rd stage of pregnancy, you can't get an abortion.
In the 3rd trimester.
3rd trimester, right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, if you haven't made a decision after like 6 months, I think the baby is like already almost fully developed, right?
Yeah, it comes to the whole, like I remember we
has a beating heart, it eats, it does, like, it's like a living thing.
I don't know if you remember this, but when we went to that like private high school thing so that we can go to the trip in Israel. They were talking about abortion, right? About like when the baby has a soul or whatever, right? And I don't believe a lot of that mumbo jumbo bullshit, but like, if to me, like if it's in the first 3 months, right? Like I can understand it, right? If the kid has a full fucking body at that point,
Yeah,
it seems like to me it seems like you're just killing a kid.
I think it's once the heart starts beating. That's when they. It's
different for
the
everybody.
soul.
It's different for everybody, and we're gonna get some fucking hate for this, honestly. But like,
I'm not saying like what the U.S. did was a good thing. Like it's a bad thing. I
No.
think abortion I'm pro-choice,
Yeah.
obviously, but I'm just coming from the stance of misinformation,
Yeah,
where
yeah.
people think like abortion is illegal in all of the U.S. No, it's not. It's only in 8 states.
here's a crazy thing
It's
that
just
that I,
fact.
that I, even if it is banned in like 8 states, if you really think about it, guns have more rights than abortion.
Yeah,
It's fucked up.
insane with the guns, bro. Did
Yeah.
you see what happened in Texas?
You mean Uvalde?
Not the shooting.
What?
They found like 43 bodies in a trunk.
Oh, I saw
Or
that
in
in like
a
a bus
truck.
or some shit, like an
Yeah,
abandoned
and it was
bus.
like some migrants or
Yeah,
immigrants
it was
or
like
whatever.
illegal immigrants or some shit.
Bro, that's just insane, man. Right after the shooting, too.
Well,
It's
dude,
like, Jesus, bro.
America not only has the most shootings in the world, like civilian shootings. Number 2 is like India with like 3 a year,
Yeah, it's insane.
and they have hundreds.
U.S. is so fucked up.
Like I'm like, I don't like. I personally think it should be either everyone has a gun or nobody has a gun,
Mhm.
right? But it's clear to me that Americans, for the most part, can't be trusted with the gun.
Yeah.
So to me, it's just get fucking rid of them all, right?
Yeah, but plus they can't be trusted to make a simple choice, bro. Their president has dementia, bro. Bro, I saw a clip, man. I saw a clip. He was like at a meeting or something, and they zoomed in on the card that he was holding, right? Like he was holding some card for like some cues that he had to do. Bro, one of the cues was like, take your seat. It's like, I'm sorry, that should be pretty obvious, you know? Like, take a seat, man. like what are you gonna do? Start walking out the door? Like,
I don't know. Like it's
insane, man.
fucking ridiculous.
country's fucked.
Yeah, like there's amazing parts of America and there's like terrible parts. But like the amount of terrible parts of America versus the amount of like amazing spots is like it's like it feels like it's 5-1 at this point.
Yeah. It's just not. I mean, the thing is, what you hear is it's only what you hear, right? So you hear a lot of bad stuff.
No, but
I'm
like,
sure there's a lot.
No,
of
but
good
I've been to
places.
America, right? Like I've been to the nice parts. I've been to Florida. What's it called? I had like a layover in California. Like I've been to like a few places, not a lot. I've been to obviously New York or whatever, not just Buffalo, but like actually Manhattan. And like you can see the difference between Canada and the U.S. where it's like when you go downtown, obviously you're gonna see some homeless people, right? Or like you're gonna see like some weird shit, just regardless. There, it doesn't matter if you're in the downtown or if you're anywhere. Like
they're everywhere.
like there's just like it looks really bad where it's like you just see like broken out cars on the side of the road just there with no one around it, or like obviously the like a homeless population is a lot bigger because of the population multiplication or whatever. But like it just looks like so much more different in the sense of like people are free there, but they're also held back by so much of these stupid fucking laws. Where it's like once again, like I think that everyone should have a gun or nobody should have a gun, right? Because at least if everyone has a gun, if someone is doing some shit, immediately boom, someone's there to save the day, right? So at least you minimize casualties. But because there's people that are
I
against,
feel like that's just the recipe for disaster.
oh yeah, 100%. When anything in life can blow your fucking head off, yeah, of course. But like at least then, like if someone does a shooting, then you immediately have people that can save the day, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have good people. But because of the fact that a lot of people don't want to get guns and only some people do, or like maybe 50-50, whatever. If I go to America with guns and I start shooting, it'll take a long fucking time before someone is there to fucking save the day.
Mm-hmm.
And it's usually a policeman, unless it's Uvalde, where they just fucking wait outside for 2 hours. You know what I mean? Like it is really bad in that sense. And I hope that there's like some sort of unity that can come out of this, where it's like finally someone says, okay, fuck all these guns, we're getting rid of it. or something like along those lines, because I don't think that
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
It's insane.
you can buy a gun before you can buy liquor.
Yeah, it's insane. I mean, we touched on it earlier. Like, they make so much money from guns that it's like I don't think they're gonna get rid of it.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. But you
insane,
know what?
bro.
Let's get away from this,
Mhm.
right? Enough with the political stuff. Unless maybe later we want to talk about what's happening in Israel. But that's whatever at this point. Not whatever, but like it's a little fucked up. But like so when we went out yesterday, right?
Yeah.
The first thing that like some people said to me was like, "Dude, you're fucking tanned as shit," right?
Yeah.
And at first I was like, "Hell yeah, dude! You already know,
Mhm.
mans are big." But yo, like I've been working outside, right?
Mhm.
And I told you I've been working a lot of hours. We've been talking about this on the podcast. This week was my shortest week. I only worked 4 days, and 2 of them we started at like 1:30 because he had some online stuff that he had
Right.
to do throughout the day. So 2 days were half days, 2 days were full days. In 4 days, with the 2 half days, I worked 44 hours, give or
Mhm.
take, right? And that's fucking insane to think about. Like on Thursday, I worked from 7:15 till about 9:30 at night, right? Not 2 hours, but like 14 and a half or something like
Mhm.
that, right? And there's something really rewarding about like the fact that within just 4 days, I've done so many hours where it's like I have these 3 days to relax and like hang out, whatever. But also, like I told you, I'm working construction, right? So I'm legitimately building stuff outside. And there is something really cool about being able to see what you do. Like you can get a reward in seeing what you've done over the last week or
Right.
two, right? So like we're building a deck and a fence, right? The first, like we tore down an existing deck. They already tore down their old fence, like initially, and they have like these like extra things that they're doing, like they're adding lights and like privacy screens and just like small little things like that, right? But like it really adds up on the time. And my boss is like, he's a fucking crackhead where he just works. You know what I mean? And we're just going at him, like everything is like nailing and like lifting a bunch of heavy weight. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like we moved like I want to say 2 to 3 tons of material 3 different times, just so it fit in the space, right? But I gotta tell you, man, like especially after Thursday when we have like 90% of it done. Like I remember driving home and I was like proud of what I did.
Yeah. I fully get it for multiple reasons. The first thing, even like though I'm not in construction, when I see like for example beside my work they're building a building and they built it like pretty fucking fast in my opinion. Like there was nothing there when I started working. Now it's almost finished.
Okay.
So it's like a year, but it's a building.
Yeah.
It's like 6 stories or some office building, right? Even though I didn't build it, I looked at it and I was like, that's impressive.
Yeah.
Right? So I get it. If you're the one fucking building it, it's even better, right?
I mean, yeah, but I feel like kids especially, they need to start working at an early age. Like I started working at 15, because when you start to do something, like let's say you work in a restaurant, right? And you start off as like not like a pizza chef or something, like something that I started off with, right? And someone says, "Yo, this pizza was amazing." You can feel proud about what you've done, right? Not only that, but you can start to gain more interest in what you're doing, and maybe in the future you do it full time or something. And it's not a job; it's like something that you enjoy. I'm not saying that everyone's gonna have the job of their dreams, but like me, like I don't like building fences and decks. I don't like being outside that long, right? But when it's 7 o'clock and it's nice out and I'm working hard, like, and I see what I've done, I'm really appreciative of like what I have. You know what I mean?
That example was just like a quick thing. But this is where I was leading to. You are like proud of what you did, right?
Yeah.
But it's more like because I think you're proud of it because you stuck with it, right? Like
Part
you
of it,
stuck
part of
with it. You didn't like say, "Oh, I'm not working today." You're working long hours. You're there. You're showing up. You're
Yeah.
working hard, right? The thing is, like I also, it happens in my business as well. The longer you work, the better that feeling becomes. So, for example, as people might know, cannabis space started off terribly.
In Canada.
Yeah, it still is terrible, right?
Yeah, like everyone thought it was gonna like become like one of the biggest things that make Canada money, and then because everyone's trying to do it, no one did it well, so it kind of flopped.
Right. So, we enter the space. There's companies worth billions of dollars, all this stuff saying they're gonna do this and that, right? So when we came in, and we just kind of started like doing doing our own thing, right? I don't care what these billion-dollar companies do. I know what's like my dad was thinking.
Yeah.
I know what sells. I know what I should do, what I have to do, and then we'll get there eventually.
Okay.
We're still in the middle of it. I'm not saying that we're there now. But all these like small victories that you see, and it could be like different things. Like, for example, one of our products, bestseller. Boom. Like the company that nobody knows has one of the best sellers.
Yeah.
Right? Or one of these companies that were worth billions of dollars closes. Right? Even though they said, oh, we do this and we do that. Right? So there's like little rewards that you see. And it's just like the longer that you're in the business for, the better they become, the better the feeling becomes. Or you know that what you're doing is the right thing.
Of course. Like, I think that everyone needs to find something that they're really passionate about. But at the very least, try something new, see what you like. And, like, if you can feel some sort of reward from it, like when you come home and, like, you had a long day, you're like, oh, I did something really fucking good this day. You know, I was really productive, right? Like, for some people, that might just be fucking being the best at a video game, right? Because at least then you know that you have recognition, right? Mm-hmm. Like for me, at least with this fence, I know that this fence and deck will be up for 25 years, right?
Yeah.
So when I'm like like nearly 40, I'll know that something that I did when I was 23 is still
you
there.
point at it, you're like, I did that.
Yeah, like it feels good to like say that like you left an imprint on something.
Yeah. I fully get it.
Yeah, it's like I don't know, it's a weird thing. I guess that's why people are like that's one of the reasons why people are so driven to become the best at what they do, which is like an amazing feeling. Like Kamaru Usman, right? Pound for pound best. We're not gonna talk about UFC or whatever, but pound for pound best. Like he can be proud that at one point in his life he was considered the best at what he does.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean that's what business is all about, really. A succeeding business, anyways. If you are the best at something, you will succeed without a doubt. Doesn't matter what it is necessarily. I mean, obviously it does, but like so many things that you can be the best at, right? You know, big, small, whatever. If you're the best at something, you're gonna succeed.
Yeah. Here, let's take that away from business in a sense. Like, let's say that's just something personal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe you decide to quit smoking,
right?
Or you decide to start hitting the gym, or you decide to pick up a new skill, like learn a new language, right? You may not like it at the beginning, or even at all in some cases.
Let's take the gym for example.
Yeah. But like that moment that you bench your first full plate or your first 2 plates, because 2 plates is like that's when people consider you like a gym guy when you can do 2 plates, right? That's a barrier.
I think I saw only 5% of people can bench 225. But the fucking like TikTok and all that makes it like people think that's a normal thing to do.
Well, no, I'm not. I mean, yeah, because those TikTok guys are fucking crazy, but like being able to just say that I can do a 1 rep of 225, or I started learning and I've already seen growth.
Yeah,
you can be proud in that, right?
Yeah, or you can just be proud that like it's not necessarily like, oh, I have to bench 225 could be considered a gym person, right?
Yeah.
I think it's more like you stick with it, right? Like you go to the gym every day. It's not something that you're gonna go to the gym for a month and all of a sudden you're shredded and all this stuff, right?
No. I mean like in the terms of like finding an accomplishment with it.
Right. But it's more like dedication, I guess you would say.
Yeah.
You find rewards and dedication, right? Which kind of like brings me to this. When people don't work out, I don't get it.
Why?
First of all, it's like in our human nature to be as healthy as we can, let's say, right?
Not in America.
Not in America.
Sorry,
but you know what I'm
funny.
saying, though,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like, you know, the whole point is to take care of your body, right?
As I'm fucking vaping.
Yeah. But you know, I know it's hard in the beginning to start working out because, you're sore and it's an adjustment, right? Like all of a sudden after work, you got to go to the gym and all this stuff. But once you get into it, it's not like I'm so... I would say that I'm dedicated to the gym because that's like I go to the gym almost every day.
Okay.
But I don't see it as like a chore,
Well, that's you, right? Because you got to understand that like being like a gym person is a lot more of a newer idea because if you look at like especially in the 90s and the 2000s or whatever, the people that were like super fit, they weren't like the gym guy. They were like this skinny guy who eats well, right?
Sure.
Gym is a lot more of a new idea. But I mean, not super new.
No,
But you know
it's
what I
a
mean,
pretty new idea.
right?
Say like 50 years.
So you got to understand that, like, people in their 30s, 40s, 50s, right? When they have when they have lives, like, finding time to make to do something new could be really hard, and I get that. But, like, I'm not saying go to the gym or whatever. I'm saying, like, if you don't like where you're at in terms of your health, figure out ways to do better, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I told you, I said this a few weeks ago. If you do 1% better each day, then within 3 months you're already doing like
Exactly.
two times better than what you were.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for someone that might be quit smoking,
Right.
or go to the gym, or eat a fucking salad instead, right? Of like a
Just little things, right?
yeah, because
And then over time, it's not. It becomes like you realize it's so easy to do.
yeah, it only takes, I believe, 3 weeks to build a routine in something, to
Yeah.
get used to it. Like, whether it be waking up early, let's say, or going for a walk every day with your dog or something,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like, there's small things that you can do each and every day that not only will change your perspective of life, but it'll make you more happy to be alive.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I think like the whole point of life, let's say, is to better yourself. Like, I know there's people around you and you should care, but that's also part of it, right? Like,
Yeah.
to be caring is part of it. To take care of yourself is part of it. To build relationships, like everything at the end of the day, it revolves around yourself, right?
Yeah.
And people might disagree with that. Sorry, I completely disagree with you if you think that.
Your opinion is
Oh,
invalid.
you're so selfish. Like, I'm sorry, it's my life, bro. Like,
Yo, the gym is my life, my guy.
Um,
No, but I get what you mean. Like, there's certain things that you can do that'll make yourself more appreciative of life and other people appreciative of life. Like, I'll tell you what. So last night we went to our friend's house, right?
Mhm.
So I initially thought that it was going to be like a party where it was like a bunch of us drinking, whatever. It ended up being like 7 of us, right? And of
Six.
this, no, 7.
No, 3, 3, 1.
Are you,
Anyway,
are you
6.
smoking crack?
Oh shit. The brain fart. Anyways,
Whatever.
yeah,
So
7.
there was something like that really stuck to me about last night, and it wasn't like that we did the craziest stuff or whatever. It was the fact that out of the 7 of us, right,
Mm-hmm.
there was the 5 of you who went to school together, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, not all the guys, but it was like the girls as well. And then I was one of 2 people who didn't go to school with you guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
So just the fact that I was like invited to come and like welcomed, whatever, I felt really appreciative of that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Where it's like like a few months ago, the way I saw it was, I'm your plus one, or I'm your friend that comes with you. Now I feel like I'm one of the group, right?
Right.
I don't have the same stories from school and stuff, but I feel like I'm part of the inner circle in a sense, right? So there was something to really be appreciative about. Like last night, especially when we went out, we were just hanging out, and we had dinner and just shot the shit, yeah. Like, that was a great feeling where like I'm really appreciative, right? Where it's like we were just telling stories and having fun and just doing stupid shit like drinking games and whatever and like stuff
Munching.
like that. Just hanging out. So there's something to be taken away where it's like, no matter what you do, you can find something to be very appreciative about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and if you can't, don't fucking do it.
Exactly.
Like, if you go and play a video game and you're hating your time, don't play the video game anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Right? If you still like video games, play something else.
Yeah, you should be appreciative of certain things. I feel like a lot of people aren't, but I don't know. I thought it was just like a normal dinner or whatever. We just hung out.
Yeah, it was great. You know what I mean? It was fun.
We didn't overthink things, you know. We kind of just
don't
we gotta just
don't
messed around and that was it.
do that. Don't do that.
Uh,
I know where you're going at. Don't fucking do that. But like tonight, right? I know I brought up UFC already, but like, we're gonna watch UFC. I'm gonna watch a fuck ton of it.
Mm-hmm.
From what I know, you're gonna come over. Some of my friends are gonna come over. Some of my brother's friends are gonna come over. It's gonna be a great night,
Mhm.
right? We don't have to go out and fucking get fucking hammered or whatever to appreciate the night. No, we're gonna watch some good people beating the shit of each other. You know what I mean? Like, there's always like, it's just gonna be a relaxing Saturday, not relaxing because I'm gonna fucking scream my ass off, but like, it's gonna be like a chill like Saturday night with the boys.
Yeah,
Yeah, like-
it's gonna be chill. We're gonna have a good time, you know. Like, again, it goes back to the sports thing, right? We're just there. We're shooting the shit. We understand. Like, it doesn't have to be all our best friends here or whatever the case may be. Like, the same at I actually thought of this, bro. When you hang out with, let's say, your best friends, whatever, because like your best friends, how many of them do you actually have, right?
When you say the word best, it should be less than you can count on your hand.
Can count on your hands, right? So when people only hang out with their best friends, I don't get it at all, and here's why. For example, when we went on vacation and you came, right? You weren't like in our inner circle at that time.
No, I was like
+1.
I was like, what's it called? You have some space. No one invited me. Let's go.
Right. But I guess it was kind of a bad example. But my point is, when you go with your best friend somewhere and there's a larger group, I think you appreciate being like the moments that you get with your best friends only a lot better than if you only went with your best friends. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, let's say we're in a big group, right? We're in a big group, right? And then
what's a big group?
Let's say there's 10 of us,
okay.
Right? And then whatever, you pick out like 3 best friends or whatever, and you guys go to the beach and just have a conversation of what's going on right now.
Okay.
I feel like that conversation where you kind of just like, you pull them aside or whatever, and you just like are enjoying the moment that you've built around yourselves, you'll enjoy it much more than if it was just the 3 of us that went.
Oh,
right?
okay. So I see what you mean. So because you worded it a bit weirdly, where it's
it was
like,
hard to word.
You kind of like in a sense you kind of said like if we go out with 10 people and 3 of them are your best friends, like you appreciate being with the 3 best friends more than if it was just you 3. But what you're trying to say, I feel like, is
you've built something with these 3 people.
Like you built something with everybody.
Yeah, like not everybody is your best friend, but like this is like the 3 or 4 people, whatever, that you're the closest with, and you say, okay, well, look at this. We have all our friends here on vacation. Everybody's having a good time.
Yeah.
Like we did something good.
Okay. Yeah. That's what. Okay. So yeah, like what angers me about something that people tell me is like when you say everyone's your brother or like your bratan or some whatever that shit is. It's like, dude, I'm sorry, you're a group of 20 friends. Not everyone's the same, right?
Right.
And that's not like disrespectful. It's like as long as you have respect for everybody, right? And you're friends with everybody, it doesn't matter. Like I always found that in any friend group that I've seen, there was like tiers in a sense. Like every single person had a different like tier list of who their best friend was and who.
Sure.
Like it's nothing bad. Like just because someone.
I think that's natural. Though.
Yeah. But I'm saying like if we have a group of like 20 people, let's say, right? Like an actual friend group of 20 people, it's legitimately like 10 guys, 10 girls, or some shit, whatever, right? You're not gonna be like
best friends with
everyone.
Everybody.
And if you are, then I'm sorry, that's a ridiculous stuff because that's not what everyone's thinking. But if you can legitimately hang out with any single one of them at any given day, then you're friends. Like you're good people to each other.
Yeah, and you'll have like better conversations or whatever with your best friends in the group. But it doesn't mean like you're not gonna have a good time with everybody else.
Yeah. Like
that's what I don't get.
Yeah, like the way I see it is like no matter if you call someone your friend, you can hang out with just them and like have a good time, right? Now if someone's your best friend, like you don't in the way they see best friends, you don't have to see each other for 3 to 6 months, and the second you do, it's like nothing changed.
Yeah, it's like nothing happened.
You know what I mean? So there is that, right? And it's like when we went on vacation, like, of course I wasn't super close with everybody, but I got closer with everybody.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because it's, like we can talk about funny shit that happened, whatever, and like obviously like because I know that I wasn't like the closest of friends with everybody, if I knew that they wanted some distance to hang out with like their best buddy or their girlfriend, I'd give them their space. You know what I mean? I can do my own thing for a bit.
Right.
But when there's group shit going on, like we're playing volleyball on the beach, fucking let's all do it. You know what I mean?
Exactly, and that's like so fun. Like how are you gonna like let's say you go with just your couple of best friends or whatever. Yeah. You can't run a full volleyball game, right? Which is like in turn, you're not gonna have as much fun. You're not gonna crack as many jokes. You're not gonna do this. You're not gonna do that. Like it just becomes boring.
Like hopefully you're gonna enjoy yourself.
Boring, but
yeah, I know what you mean. But it is fucking cool when you can like just get a whole fucking floor to you and your friends and shit.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like that's cool shit. You know what I mean? But yeah, like
plus the stories are
always
great.
They're always immaculate.
If we want to share this one, this one
God.
is a funny one. So when I guess I'll say my bit and then you can kind of take over.
Okay.
So when we went on vacation, I remember we were drinking. This was like the one night where I got like very drunk. Because in an all-inclusive resort, bro, what are they doing with the drinks? What are they actually doing? Sometimes it fucking tastes like, or every time, it's either
water.
It's either there is nothing in my drink or it's just fucking filled to the top with hard alcohol and it tastes disgusting, right?
Yeah.
So I guess I got lucky that night where my drinks weren't bad. So I got like super drunk, right? So I go to the room and I basically like just KO, right? KO, fully clothed, lights on.
When you're sleeping with the jeans on,
all that
that's
stuff,
an issue.
right? So I wake up like a couple hours after because I realize I'm sleeping with the lights on. I got all my clothes on, right? I wake up and I realize I gotta pee so badly. Right? So I get up and I'm going to piss within the next 30 seconds. So so I go to the bathroom and then I realize that Jamie's in the bathroom. And I'm like, I gotta go somewhere, right? Why don't you take it over from here?
So yeah, Noah KOs. I'm not sober, but whatever, and I'm chilling for a bit. I sleep later than everyone else. So before I go to bed, I brush my teeth, take a piss. All of a sudden, I hear a door open, right? And I'm like, wait, Noah's already sleeping. Maybe someone came in to like see what's up or whatever. I don't know. But I finished washing my hands, right? I come outside. Noah's nowhere to be. And I'm like, did Noah just drunkenly leave the room and go somewhere? So I'm like looking around, right? I don't look outside the hallway, but I look around. I'm like, wait a sec. The balcony door is open. We're on the 3rd floor here, by the way. I just see so it's one of those like guard railings where it's just like the little bit of like metal or whatever around. Noah is fully fucking pissing through the guardrail onto some plants 3 stories below. And I see that. I'm like, are you good? He's like, bro, you were taking too long.
But what's the best part? The best part was...
Oh. Go for it.
I don't know why I did this. But like when you're like in grade 3 or whatever, and the kids, like when they take a piss, they pull their pants all the way to their ankles. I fucking did that. So then when Jamie saw me,
I opened the door. It's just 2 butt cheeks.
Straight ass cheeks, bro. Like, could you imagine that sight? Oh my god, it's fucking hilarious.
Dude. And what was great is that where you were pissing was like where one of our friends was staying. So if they came out on the balcony for whatever reason, they would have just seen
anybody under us would have just seen a stream. What the fuck is that? That's hilarious.
The best part as well, you didn't wash your hands after. You just
went. I was like basically blackout drunk.
Oh, that shit was so funny, dude.
That's
like
hilarious.
that's the shit that like years down the line, right? You're gonna be telling that story, you'd be crying of laughter.
Yeah.
Because it was so like no one was hurt. It was fucking hilarious, right?
The only like thing, I think like I just took the risk, but it wasn't that late at night. Like it was like
no, it was dark.
I know it was dark, but it was probably like what 12:30, 1 o'clock, or something like that. Bro, people easily could have been walking in our balcony view, right? Luckily, nobody did it. But I remember,
you also aim for bushes too, so you were feeding the plants.
Fuck it, I'm just gonna take the risk, bro. Like, if someone sees me, they see me. Is what it is.
Oh, that shit was funny. You also aim perfectly for a fucking plant, so you just watered the plant for everyone else.
Exactly.
What a good guy.
That's fucking hilarious.
But yeah, just like shit like that. Like you just build memories with people and you have fun, and like 20 years down the line, you can talk about it with whoever and just crack up laughing because it's all fun and jokes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, nothing serious about it. Fuck. Oh yeah. So yeah, like that shit. I mean, like when it comes to like do shit that's gonna make you like appreciative of life. Like obviously not pissing over the balcony is gonna make you appreciative, but like doing stuff that like working in a field that you can find appreciation in, or like doing stuff with your friends that like you pay to go for a week, but the memories last a lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Stuff like that where like
that's why I think we need to make vacationing like a regular thing.
See, here's the thing, right? This is
I know you vacation way more than everybody else.
Well, I got my dad worked for the airline, so I got lucky in that sense. But like
I want to do it like at least once a year to once every 2 years, I would say. No. With friends only.
No, it should. I'm sorry. You should be going on vacation. If it's like a week-long vacation, then you should be doing it at least twice a year.
With friends only?
No, you got family, you got friends.
That's what I'm saying. One time a year with friends.
At least, yeah. Like, here's the thing, right? So we live in North America. It's a different mentality. I told you, the 9 to 5 ain't the 9 to 5 anymore. It's the 7 to 7 at this point, right? Where you get home, you don't want to do shit.
Right.
In most places in Europe, the Middle East, or like anywhere across the ocean, right? It's your 9 to 5 is your 9 to 5. And whatever you do after that, you do it to have fun. Like, I'm sorry. Like, let's talk about Israel, because that's obviously the best example we can give. I don't know if you guys can tell, Jews over here, right? Like, I asked my family about this, right? Especially, like, my cousin. He, like, when he was a teenager, he worked on the beach at, like, one of those, like, ice cream, like, stops, whatever. He finished work at 5 o'clock. At 5:05, he's on the beach with his friends.
I mean, part of it is we don't have a beach. You know?
No. But I'm saying that's just one of the things that they can do, right? If it wasn't the beach, it'd be going out, like, and just hanging out with friends in general and having poker night, or like, or if it's a Friday night, going out for dinner and partying, whatever. I'm not saying every day you fucking do some shit.
I think here's the thing. In Canada, it's a little, or I guess in North America in general, anytime you go out, you gotta be dressed nicely, you gotta smell nice, you gotta do this, you gotta make sure you look your best, right? I think in the places that are maybe a little bit hotter or warmer, I don't know, I think people understand if it's like, you know, I just finished work, it's fucking hot outside, so, you know, I'm a little sweaty, but let's go get some food, you know? Or you think it's the same as here?
The thing is, like I know for a fact, like, if we go and do something, right, and if it's in the nighttime, right, and it's like a nice 20 degrees, let's say, nothing crazy. I think in the U.S. it's like 70 something. Like, you dress for like the weather, right? And obviously that means, you know, nice, like, jeans, maybe a hoodie or whatever, but you always try to look nice, right? And if it's like 30 degrees, whatever, you go in shorts, you go in a t-shirt, whatever.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's
I don't think it matters.
Quick, like, t-shirt and shorts.
Yeah, like, I don't think it matters as much as we make it out to be. Like, if we're going out to a party, like, obviously you want to dress your nicest because, like, everyone else will be whatever. But, like, if we're going to just to your, like if you're coming for UFC, are you dressing like?
Nah, hell no.
That's what I mean. It's like, it's the occasion that matters. Like, if you're going to a fucking wedding, you better, like, if you're not dressing like properly, get the fuck out of my wedding. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just like a custom. But, like, if we're going to the beach, I'm not fucking going to the beach in jeans.
Yeah, and that's like something that they can do, right? Like, you finish work, let's say,
it depends
and you want to go to the beach.
Yeah,
right?
but
you want to dress nice. Well, dress nice.
But no, it depends on the occasion, 100%, right? And
I'm saying there's more things to do outside, which means you don't have to dress as nicely as, like, going to a restaurant, let's say.
Oh yeah,
or maybe the restaurant's outside or something.
I'm sorry, but I hate fancy restaurants, and that's like one of the reasons why I hate the bullshit, like making you feel like more making you feel like you're worth more than you actually are. You know what I mean? Speaking of worth more than you are, let's talk about some NBA, okay? Because I'm sorry, the fucking money in NBA nowadays is fucking ridiculous.
Oh my god, it's insane.
So here, let's talk. Here, let me pull this up real quick. Free agency tracker. So let's talk about some basketball stuff, because actually, you know, July 1st is always the day.
It's a great time in the NBA.
Yeah. So here, boom. So first of all, our Toronto Raptors, we got to get KD.
Bro, I think it's possible.
What's it called?
Which is like, listen, I'm not like a super believer in the Raptors, right?
You never have been.
Like, I like the Raptors, they're cool, but I'm not like unrealistic about how good they could be or whatever. But I fully see the potential to get KD.
Yeah. Here's the thing, right? So this is I think it was Woj who said this.
Right.
If Kevin Durant isn't forcing his way onto Phoenix, or he's just letting
Miami.
Yeah, one of the two. Then because Brooklyn has free range to trade him wherever they want. As of right now, the front runners are New Orleans and Toronto. Like, New Orleans, they got stars. They can afford to give up a Brandon Ingram and a couple picks to get KD, right? But Toronto, what it's looking like right now is two players, right? The star player being either Scotty Barnes or Pascal Siakam, and the secondary player being either OG or Gary Trent, right? Now, if I could hope for it, I would hope. Well, I don't want to trade Scotty Barnes, but I get why we would.
I wouldn't trade Scotty.
But look, it's KD. It's like the
only thing is, like, if it's I think it's a sign and trade potentially.
No, he re-signed, so he has like 3-4 years on his contract. right
Yeah.
now.
Okay. So it's so tough, bro, because he's 33 right now. That's pretty old, bro.
But
Like,
KD's not going to slow down.
Once his contract is over, maybe he signs like a 2-year somewhere else, wherever he wants to play at that point. So you get him for like 3 years.
Yeah.
Right? You can't decimate the whole team because we just literally saw in the playoffs he couldn't beat Boston
Yeah,
by
because
himself, right?
because they decimated the whole team just to get fucking James Harden on the squad and then trade him
Yeah.
after.
So you can't trade all your assets for him.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that. Like, and that's the thing. Like Scotty, he's like 22 or something.
It's his first year in the NBA, and he was the rookie of the year,
yeah.
and he has potential to be a legit top 10.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know if it's worth it to trade him and another good piece for KD,
Here's my thing, right?
because I don't think we'd be good enough.
So I know that Brooklyn cannot take on any more money than they have. They're already at the hard cap pretty much, right?
Right.
And the way that I think we win a championship, right, is first and foremost, I think the trade would most likely have to be OG and Siakam, right? And then like one pick. I'm sorry, I can't see more than one pick. When you do Siakam and OG, those are guys
That's
that
a lot.
They're both all stars.
Yeah.
Like I know OG was an all star, but he played like
I think it's too much, bro.
yeah. But here's the thing, by doing that and you take on one of their big contracts, you waive the guy, you got 30 mil to play with. That means you can pick up a center or a power forward, right? I would hope to see a combo because we drafted a guy, I'm pretty sure who's a center who's like athletic as fuck, right? I forgot what his name was, but I saw some footage. He looked really good, right? So by doing that, right, Scotty can still be a small forward, power forward. KD can be the small forward, power forward as well, like the combo forward kind of thing. You still got, and you keep Gary Trent, who's your only real shooting guard. Keep Fred VanVleet, who can pass the ball really well. You just find that center, that big man piece, right?
Like basically, the only way I think it could happen is because I don't think they would trade Siakam and OG or Siakam and Scotty Barnes, right?
You think it would be like Siakam and picks?
I think it would be like maybe Siakam, Gary Trent, and picks.
I don't know.
Or OG, Gary Trent, and picks. But that's what I'm saying. I don't think it's worth it to trade like 2 all-stars for KD. I don't think it's worth it.
Well, 2 all-stars for KD, I get. Adding the picks is where I see it's like a
Right.
lot. But I get it. You always have to overpay for these guys, and I get that, right? But at the same time, it's not like we get Kawhi for a year for giving up DeRozan, what's it called, and fucking
Jakob
Poeltl, thank you, and
Great
a
trade,
pick.
bro.
Like, but Poeltl's fire now. I'm not gonna lie. Whatever.
So is DeRozan, bro.
Yeah. But like because of that 1 year, we won a championship, right?
Yeah.
Just for 1 year, and then honestly, in my opinion, he made the dumbest mistake in almost all of sports by leaving.
Oh, Kawhi?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see
I think
now.
we would have repeated if he stayed. Whatever. But let's just take that out of the equation. This is KD for 3 years, right? And also we signed what's it called? Who was it? Fucking I know his face. He was on Golden State. We signed Otto Porter Jr. for just 2 years, right? No. Listen. You have him. You have Thad Young. You have like Malachi Flynn. Hopefully with another year, you do got some bench pieces at least. So there is like some depth where like if you give up the
Right.
2 players for KD, you're not just killing your depth, right? I get that. Like I know it's not the most ideal.
But you're losing people who affect games.
Yeah, 100%. But
So,
I'm saying like you're not losing too much depth.
I mean, KD.
And also,
affects
sorry,
the game.
and they also re-signed Boucher. They still have Precious. Whatever.
Yeah.
They still have like
They have some pieces.
they have some bench. They have a bench squad, right? Not the best as like what we used to be, but whatever. So if we get KD, I think we automatically become like a top 4 team.
Well, it depends on who we trade for KD.
Yeah.
I don't think Masai would make a bad trade, though.
No, Masai. The only thing about Masai is I feel like he wouldn't trade for KD because he has other plans that no one else knows about. Because that's Masai.
Yeah,
Masai is the best GM in the world.
That's the thing, though. When KD becomes available,
You have to.
you got to pull the trigger.
You gotta try
You
at
know?
least. You gotta try at
Yeah,
least.
that's what he did with Kawhi.
Everyone doubted him.
Everyone doubted him, and they won a championship.
Yeah, you always trust
I
him.
mean,
Masai.
we also got like fucking lucky to shit.
No,
Like
fuck you.
KD was injured and Clay, bro.
No, fuck you. Every Golden State championship had some sort of luck. Chris Paul getting injured, Kawhi Leonard getting injured, Kyrie and Kevin Love getting injured. Don't give me that shit about luck, okay? Because it happened to them all the time.
But I think if they were healthy, they would have beat us.
Nah, fuck that. I'm not saying anything else.
I'm sorry, KD on the Warriors, bro. No one could guard him. Because the thing is, bro, Steph
is right there.
And Clay are spacing the floor, so he's basically playing 1-on-1.
Oh, of course. But yo, look at this shit, okay? Chicago as well, right? We'll go through some of the big stuff, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, they re-signed Zach LaVine after he made that tweet where it looked like he might leave.
5-year, 215.
250 million, yeah.
That's insane, bro.
Oh, of course. I mean, it's today's. I'm sorry. No player in their fucking world. I don't understand, like Nurkic, right? He's a great role player. 4 years, $70 million. $70 million. You know what that does for you in life?
Bro, you're set for life.
Generational wealth.
I mean, it's just insane. These contracts are insane.
But it's because the NBA makes so much money, so I can't fault them for that, right?
Yeah.
And I can't fault players for taking the bag. I'm saying like it's insane to think how like a role player who is like on the cusp of being as good as Nurkic is because he got injured, so it kind of set him back a little bit, is getting like near $20 million a year. I think it was like 17.5 or something. It's crazy.
I think now analysts are, at least you've seen it in recent times, where they do say that some players like signed for the money. But can you really fucking blame them, bro?
You can't blame shit, dude.
They're giving you like $100 million, bro.
Jalen Brunson.
Yeah.
A good postseason.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
Like, fuck Dallas. I'm signing for $100 million.
$5 million?
Yeah, like, okay, I get Luka's on Dallas, and maybe in a few years we can win a championship. Bro, I'm signing for $100 million. I don't give a shit where, bro.
Yeah. No offense. The Knicks' big three is a whack big three.
Yeah.
I love Randall. I love Barrett. I even like Brunson, but that's not a big three.
No.
Sorry. But yeah, let's go back to the Bulls. So they re-signed Zach LaVine. Then they took Andre Drummond for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Literally fucking nothing. Drummond, fuck what anyone says. I'm sorry. Him and DeMarcus Cousins need more respect.
I don't know what your obsession is with DeMarcus Cousins, bro.
My guy, I'm sorry. If he starts on a team, you can easily expect 18 points, 8 rebounds.
So why doesn't he?
Because he has a fucking attitude.
Yeah, I also think he just gets gassed quick. Like there has to be a reason that's not his attitude, right? Because when he's on the floor, I agree. He's a very
machine.
Good player, right? But then he gets subbed out like that, not necessarily because honestly, what I think it is, I think he doesn't have a good gas tank. Like, he's a big guy.
Still, bro, when Jokic was out, he was a savage.
Yeah, but
like I don't see why teams don't pick him up for other reasons than maybe he can't play 30 minutes a game and then his fucking
I think he's like very efficient for like 20 minutes. Maybe.
Yeah, but yeah, so like I don't know, it just seems fucking ridiculous. Like, dude, Darius Garland. 5 years, almost $200 million.
He was an all-star.
He was, but that's because they were missing half of their roster.
That's insane, bro. 5 years, 190, bro.
193
for Darius Garland.
Like, I love Garland. He's a great player.
I don't think he's a $200 million.
He's not no. Like, bro, Jokic got like $260 million.
He is it. I think Jokic is a $200 million player.
Yeah, exactly. He's top 5
MVP, bro. He's carrying this team. Like
a center with like triple double stats is fucked up. Right?
He's worth $200 million, but you're talking I don't think he's worth $250 million.
He got over $250 million.
That's insane.
Take it in. Man. He can John Wall and just injury and not play and get $250 million.
The only person I think is worth $250 million is LeBron James
because of name value.
Yeah, if he's on your team, arenas are packed.
You're
Everybody's
selling
talking
jerseys.
About you. Doesn't matter what fucking place you are.
Like, dude, like this was a while ago. This is not even the same sport, but when Ronaldo went to Juventus for like, I think it was like $200 million or something like that. Then within the next day, they sold over $200 million in jerseys.
Yeah.
Like, that's an investment that's going to pay off. I get that. Jokic, 5 years, 260 something.
I think it was 270.
It was near 270, right? Don't forget, one of the best players in the NBA.
Yeah.
Like, legitimately, like he is one of the only players. He goes to any team, immediate playoff team with good pieces, immediate contender, right? Over 50-something million a year. That's over almost $1 million per game, or like it's like 600,000, 700,000 per game.
Yeah,
48 minutes.
Insane, bro.
Like, It is because they make so much money. So I'm not faulting anybody for this. Legitimately, like you make money, give the money to your players that are making you the money. I get that. But damn, dude. Like holy shit! Here's an underrated trade. Let's just keep shooting the shit, right? Underrated trade. Brogdon to Boston for
it really depends on if he can stay healthy.
For a pick and Daniel Tice and Aaron Neesmith.
Yeah. I didn't get it from that perspective, but Brogdon has some injury problems, so
still though, I'm sorry, Brogdon is like
he's a great player.
He reminds me a lot of like the year before Drew Holiday was an All-Star in New Orleans.
No.
Yeah.
For me, it would be like
good defensive player, 20 points a game, 8 assists.
It would be like the best way I can compare him to any player would be if Tim Duncan wasn't as good and he was a PG.
Where the fuck?
Just a fundamental point guard. He's just a fundamental point guard.
Could have said Chris Paul.
No, because
Chris Paul's the fundamental point guard. He's the quintessential point guard.
Yeah, he is the quintessential, bro. But you don't look at Tim Duncan and you're like, that is the prototypical power forward.
Sorry, what do you mean? Tim Duncan, you think that's what a power forward should be? What are you talking?
I don't think so. I want my power forward to be athletic. I want him to be able to shoot threes. I want him to run the floor, like all this stuff. Tim Duncan wasn't that, bro. He was just fundamental player. Played the game the right way.
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying, though? Like, Tim Duncan wasn't some super athlete.
But that's not what... The power forward isn't supposed to be a super athlete.
Now it is.
He's supposed... The game has transformed, but the original like power forward was like, you play great defense, you have a great post-up game, and you just complement everything around you.
Yeah, I'm not saying that... I think Tim Duncan's the best power forward of all time. But,
yeah,
when I look at him, I'm like, nah, it's not that impressive. Your physique is not that impressive.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I think it's also really important to talk about this Drummond trade, right? And what it means for the Timberwolves.
Yeah.
So not Drummond trade. Sorry, Gobert. So the Minnesota Timberwolves trade everything for Gobert. If it's not their top 3 guys, it was gone. Like it was like 4 players, like 5 picks and a pick swap.
No, it was like some trash, bro. They traded some trash. They kept D'Lo.
Yeah, I'm saying, but besides the top 3, D'Lo, Anthony Edwards, and Kat.
And now Gobert, bro. That's a pretty good solid
It's
team.
an amazing
I think
starting
they have
lineup.
Covington as well.
Robert Covington?
Maybe.
They picked up Kyle Anderson as well. But I'm saying
solid team.
But I'm saying they gave up like it was like 4 or 5 picks and a pick swap, on top of like 3 like Malik Beasley and a couple other players. Like they're not like crazy good players, but they're rotation players, they're bench players, whatever. If they don't do good, and I mean at least 50 wins, at least, that team is going down the shitter so fucking quickly.
Bro, let me tell you this. Karl Anthony Towns, I get it. He's a good player.
Oh, here we go.
He's not a leader, bro. I'm sorry, he's not a leader.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I think he's an all-star. He can get you good points and stuff like that, but he's not a number 1.
I think in 3 years, the best player on that team will be Edwards.
I think so too, but maybe Cat's numbers might be better because Cat any given night can go for like 35 and 12, right?
Yeah.
But I think he has like no intangibles, bro. He gets pissed off, he complains, he does this. Bro, you see Steph Curry do that? I don't see Steph Curry complaining. I don't see Steph Curry fucking screaming at guys. I don't see none of that.
You see Joel Embiid doing that though?
Well, Joel Embiid is a different. Also, bro, they don't go anywhere in the playoffs. The 76ers.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying, bro.
Leadership, the team though isn't that good though.
Leadership is so important in sports. You don't have to be the best guy. You don't have to be this. You need leaders. You need to be good.
You need one to keep everybody in check at least.
Yeah, that's why I think like Gold State, they keep someone like Iggy, bro. He didn't even play, man. He played like what 2 minutes in the final minutes of the game 6 or whatever.
I don't know.
You keep people like that because they keep the young guys in check. They're a leader.
That is fair.
They have intangibles. Tom Brady, for example. Bro, that guy is I'm more athletic than Tom Brady. But he's just good leader, has intangibles, You know, he knows how to
Okay,
get.
don't forget,
team.
he's also the greatest fucking quarterback of all time.
But that's what I'm saying. He's not like he plays the game the right way. Same Tim Duncan, bro. Plays the game the right way, keeps everybody in line, and is just one of the best leaders that the sport has ever seen.
Yeah.
He's not the most gifted at all, Tom Brady and Tim Duncan at all.
Yeah.
So, Cat, nowhere in that conversation. A lot of players. Joel Embiid is not in that conversation. Steph Curry is in that conversation.
Dude, let's be honest here. If Jimmy Butler stayed, I know that he hated being in Philly, but if he stayed on that squad, because he is a leader, right? He has he doesn't. Sometimes his emotions aren't in check, but he keeps everyone in check. If he could have kept Joel Embiid in check, not to mention Ben Simmons didn't become a fucking little bitch. That team,
Miami's a very good team, and it's impressive what they're doing because they don't have a superstar. Like I know Jimmy is like
top 15.
Yeah, but he's not like, when you think best players in the NBA, you don't think Jimmy Butler.
Initially, no, unless you go down the list, right?
Yeah,
that's fair. But let's talk about this leadership bullshit, okay?
It's not bullshit.
No. Like, you'll see what I mean. They just signed Zion for $230 million.
Oh, that's insane, bro.
This guy's played a third of games or something like that.
I think he only played like 30 or 40 games total.
Yeah, in like 3 seasons. Sorry. So, yeah, less.
Insane.
And they gave him the bag, right? Because they know how good he is.
Well, the same thing happened with Joel Embiid. When he was injured for like the first 2 years of the league, and then the third year he just played like 40 games, and then they offered him like $100 million. Same shit.
230 mil?
Well, now at times have changed, right? But
but it's crazy to me because I remember, I think it was CJ. He went on like JJ's podcast or something. He's like, no one has ill will towards Zion. Everyone loves him, right? He needs to get his health in check. He could legitimately be the baddest man on the court. I'm sorry, coming out of high school, coming into the league, he was he weighed the second most amount of anybody besides Boban.
Yeah,
and he was he was LeBron James athletic.
The only problem is you can't be so heavy. Like
if he can stay like 260.
Nah, bro.
100%.
Flying out of the gym, you can't be flying at 260, bro. You're gonna get hurt. I'm sorry, you're gonna get hurt.
Well, so far everyone's been saying the same about Ja, and Ja's been able to be relatively healthy.
But Ja is like 190, bro.
No, but he flies out of the room.
Yeah, but he's light. Like he can bounce around. Like Zion, you fucking push
Derrick
him.
Rose could bounce around, but he fucked himself up.
But Zion, like you fucking top him a little bit, he'll go flying. He'll hit the ground hard, bro. Like tear an ACL on a bad turn or something like that.
I don't like
so much force.
Let's go back to KD going to New Orleans real quick. Imagine they trade Ingram. Imagine seeing, I swear to God, CJ, KD, Zion on the court. You're
Lonzo.
shitting. Oh yeah, of course.
Oh, so shit. Lonzo's on the Bulls.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, don't worry. Like last year was right. That is, I would shit my pants. But you have the best scorer, one of the best shooting guards, right? I know CJ doesn't get the recognition or whatever because shooting guard isn't a really popular position anymore. And like the strongest motherfucker ever in the paint.
Okay, you ready for this, bro?
Here we go.
What if KD gets traded for Wiseman, Kuminga, and someone else that I don't remember.
Doesn't happen.
But he goes back to the Warriors. Oh my fucking God.
I'm turning off the
That'd
TV.
be it. Bro, what do you do at that point?
I'm turning off the TV. I'm actually turning the TV off.
The thing is, bro, I think that's possible.
See, I don't, because I'll tell you why. He left the Warriors to go be his own team. He didn't want to be Steph Curry second.
Yeah.
Fair. You know what I mean? When you're legitimately a top 5 player, you want to be number 1 on the team, right? That team right now is better than the 73-9 Warriors.
Hell no.
Hell yes. I'm sorry. You take the same core pieces and you add, what's his fucking name? The fucking rookie or whatever. Well, not rookie, but like Jordan.
Poole?
Thank you. Jordan Poole.
Jordan Poole. Boom. Jordan Poole, Wiseman, Kuminga. And some picks.
No, I don't think it happens.
I think it's a possibility.
Look, if you're Brooklyn, right, you see Poole, you see
you're getting
Wiseman.
young pieces. You're getting, I forget what the GM's name is, but everyone praises him on how he drafts and he picks all the right players and does all the right things. And you just basically You copy his work. You take his work, bro, and submit it yourself.
You cheat on the exam.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, it's like when you're talking about KD, you're looking for all stars now, right? At least you look like
No.
if you're looking at like the Max Kellerman scale of like players, you're not looking at getting 5-star players for KD. You're looking at getting multiple 3 and 4 stars.
Yeah, and
Wiseman,
Young, too.
yeah, of course, Young. Wiseman is not proven. He was out
Second
his whole second year. He was out, right? Jordan Poole, don't get me wrong, fire player, but it's just him. Like Kuminga could be like what's his name on the Suns? Could be like Mikal Bridges.
Bro, they also have Wiggins that they can trade. Bro, I think it might happen.
Maybe.
They have a bunch of pieces.
But do you really think that KD would want to go back to the Warriors?
Good.
I don't know. I think his reputation goes down the drain if he does that.
I think we've been talking about it for a while now. We're already at an hour and a half here.
Yeah, but it's a great podcast.
It's okay. I'll do like 5 more minutes because I want to hit the gym.
Oh my god, you in this? How come every podcast you're like, yo, bro, it's all about
Because
the
now
gym,
we'd be
bro.
talking
It's
for
all
like
about the gym,
3 hours, bro.
bro." Whatever, who cares? My guy, we're having fun. Call us.
I
call us
got some stuff to do.
Shut the fuck up. You got nothing to do.
All right. Anyways,
You gotta bench a little bit. Ooh. Nah, I'm just fucking with you. But yeah, like, what's it called? Like, the Raptors are in a good place to get KD. I think, personally speaking,
I like the Warriors more.
I think that we have the better
pieces.
players to give away.
We have the better players, but we're not going to give them up.
Maybe. You know what? That is right. Maybe because Masai is so smart, he knows what he's giving and what he's not. But yeah, that's pretty much everything that's happened so far. Besides the speculation on him and Kyrie. Ooh, real quick, actually. You think they trade Kyrie and KD to LA for like Davis and like Westbrook and a pick or two?
That could happen, but I don't think KD wants to play with Kyrie because he can play now.
Well, they said that like that they still want to play with each other. Because
Bullshit, bro.
I don't know.
Why would he request a trade if he wanted to play with him? You're on the same team, bro.
Because that team is already down the shitter. I'm sorry. I think it's because nobody wants to play with Ben Simmons at that point.
I think he doesn't want to play with Kyrie. He wants to, but he knows he ruins the fucking teams. So
Yeah, I do. I blame Kyrie for the majority of their losing this season. Because like, I'm sorry, you could be anti-vax, whatever, but there's priorities, right? Like, you have, like, what you think about vaccines, which everyone has their opinion on it. Go ahead, whatever. But like, what's more important than you? Like, you just saying I don't want to get vaccinated, or you winning your basketball championship? I know for the
he thinks like the vaccination is gonna like kill you or some shit.
well, here's like I'm like a normal human being is allowed to have that opinion because they're not making $250 million in the league. But if you tell me if I'm pro-vax, if you said, hey, if you don't get vaccinated, we're gonna give you $10 million. My opinion goes out the fucking roof at that point. I want my $10 million.
Yeah, but he already is fucking loaded, so
Still, like, you know what I mean?
and he's getting paid guaranteed. So
I mean, well, he lost a lot of money for not playing. I believe that they cut his salary pretty fat.
I don't know. Anyways,
But yeah, with that being said, guys, it has been the FullofBS podcast. If you have been here till the end, let's say the final word is find a way to put this in a sentence. KD to the Raptors.
yeah.
I like that.
Also, don't forget about the giveaway.
Yeah, if you
subscribe, hit the like button. You know.
if you guys put KD to the Raptors in the chat in a funny way, how about whoever does it the funniest gets the shirt?
And you could win. That's what I'm saying because we only have one. So
Yeah, it's only one extra shirt.
Yeah.
We're gonna get more, but yo, don't lie. This is fire. We're gonna be wearing this everywhere
Yes,
we
sir.
go. You already know. But yeah, guys, with that being said, it has been the FullofBS podcast with one of our longest episodes. Thank you guys for the support recently on the TikToks, the YouTube itself, and the clips. We'll see you guys very, very soon. Have a great fucking rest of your day. Peace.